God says, "Listen closely, my beloved soul. Remain here in stillness for a few moments, not because anything will be taken from you, not because time is running out, but because your heart recognized a quiet invitation beneath the noise of the world." This message reached you now to calm you, not to alarm you, to gather your thoughts gently rather than scatter them, and to remind you that love does not speak in fear but in reassurance. There are times when life feels rushed, when everything seems urgent, and when your mind is constantly being pulled in different directions. In those moments, the soul asks for pause, for grounding, for a reminder that you are not navigating everything alone. This pause is not about missing something, it is about receiving something that steadies you. If you are reading this, it is because a deeper part of you needed reassurance more than answers. Jesus is known as a presence of compassion that remains even when you feel uncertain, tired, or confused. His message is never one of pressure. It is one of closeness. When His name is felt here, it is a reminder that you are supported without conditions, held without demands, and loved without needing to prove anything. Archangel Michael represents protection that brings calm, clarity that steadies your thoughts, and strength that does not overwhelm you. His presence is not about urgency or fear. It is about helping you feel grounded enough to listen to what your heart has been trying to tell you quietly for some time. You may have felt moments recently when you wondered if you were drifting, if you were doing enough, or if you were missing something important. Those thoughts do not mean you are failing. They mean you care deeply. This message arrives to meet that care with reassurance, to tell you that nothing essential is slipping away from you, and that guidance does not disappear when you slow down. Being called, chosen, does not mean being singled out for pressure. It means being recognized for your sensitivity, your awareness, and your willingness to feel deeply. Those qualities often make life feel heavier, but they also make connection richer. This message honors that sensitivity rather than trying to harden it. Notice how your body feels as you continue. When words bring calm instead of tension, that calm is meaningful. Calm is how spiritual reassurance communicates when it respects you. There is no rush here, no threat, no demand. What is present is an invitation to breathe, to feel steadier, and to remember that support surrounds you even when you feel uncertain. You are not being asked to act immediately or to make decisions right now. You are being asked to stay present long enough to let reassurance settle. Reassurance changes how you see things. It reminds you that you are not losing connection, guidance, or love by pausing. You are strengthening your ability to receive them. Let this message continue to unfold gently within you. There is nothing to fear and nothing to chase. What truly belongs to you remains, and what supports you does not require urgency to stay. As this message continues, let everything inside you slow down just a little more, because what is unfolding now is not meant to rush your heart but to steady it. There is a difference between urgency and importance, and spiritual guidance always moves with importance, never panic. You are not here because something bad would happen if you weren't. You are here because something gentle and meaningful is trying to reach the deepest part of you, the part that still hopes even when you feel tired. Jesus speaks to the soul in moments when the world has asked too much of you. His presence is not loud, not demanding, and not forceful. It is calm reassurance that you are still held even when your strength feels thin. If lately you have felt emotionally drained or quietly overwhelmed, that feeling did not go unnoticed. Compassion meets you exactly where you are, without asking you to become someone else first. Archangel Michael represents a different but equally gentle form of support. Protection does not always arrive as dramatic rescue. Often it arrives as clarity, as a feeling of inner stability, as the quiet sense that you are safer than you think. Protection can feel like your thoughts becoming less scattered, your fears softening, and your confidence returning without explanation. You may have been carrying questions you never voiced. Questions about whether you are on the right path, whether your efforts matter, or whether your patience will ever be rewarded. These questions do not make you weak. They make you human. This message does not answer them directly because answers change with time. Instead, it offers you something more lasting, reassurance that you are not lost even when answers are delayed. There is a reason this message unfolds slowly. The soul does not absorb truth through shock. It absorbs truth through calm repetition and gentle recognition. As you read, notice whether something feels familiar rather than surprising. Familiarity is how guidance confirms itself. It feels like remembering something you already knew but had temporarily forgotten. You might notice that you no longer feel the same pressure to prove yourself, explain yourself, or justify your pace. That release is intentional. You were never meant to live in constant defense of your worth. Worth is not earned through exhaustion. It is acknowledged through presence. This message is a reminder of that presence. Sometimes spiritual guidance does not point you toward action but toward rest. Rest is not giving up. Rest is allowing your inner world to recalibrate. When rest is permitted, clarity follows naturally. You may soon notice that decisions feel easier, boundaries feel clearer, and your intuition feels quieter but stronger. This part of the message is asking you to trust that nothing essential is slipping away from you. What is meant to stay will stay. What is meant to grow will grow at its own pace. You are not behind, and you are not failing. You are unfolding. Remain with this calm awareness. Let it anchor you. What continues from here will deepen this understanding even further, building gently upon what your heart is already beginning to recognize. As this message unfolds further, allow the quiet inside you to become deeper, because this stage is about understanding what has been gently forming within you for a long time. Spiritual reassurance does not arrive to change who you are. It arrives to remind you of who you have always been beneath layers of effort, worry, and responsibility. If you have felt like you have been holding everything together for everyone else while quietly setting your own needs aside, this moment is acknowledging that truth without judgment. Jesus represents compassion that recognizes the unseen labor of the heart. There are sacrifices you made that no one applauded, patience you practiced when walking away would have been easier, and kindness you extended even when you were running low yourself. Compassion sees all of it, even when the world overlooks it. This recognition is not meant to weigh you down with emotion, it is meant to lighten you by letting you know you were never invisible. Archangel Michael brings a different form of clarity here. Clarity that helps you separate what is truly yours to carry from what never belonged to you in the first place. Many times, exhaustion comes not from effort but from carrying expectations that were silently placed on you. Protection begins when those expectations loosen their grip. You may already feel a subtle shift, as if some internal pressure is easing without you having to force it. This part of the message is about boundaries that form naturally when you stop doubting your intuition. Intuition does not shout, it nudges. It does not argue, it reassures. If you have felt a quiet pull towards simplicity, honesty, and emotional balance lately, that pull is not random. It is your inner guidance aligning with what supports you rather than drains you. You might notice that your definition of strength is changing. Strength no longer feels like enduring endlessly. It feels like choosing wisely, resting when needed, and allowing support instead of rejecting it. This change is not weakness. It is maturity of the spirit. Mature strength knows when to pause without guilt. There is also a release happening now, a release of the belief that you must always be ready, always alert, always responsible. Readiness has its place, but so does trust. Trust allows you to relax without fear that something will collapse if you stop holding it tightly. Trust does not remove responsibility, it balances it. As this message continues, let yourself remain observant rather than reactive. Nothing here requires immediate interpretation or action. What matters is how your inner state responds. If you feel calmer, steadier, or more grounded, that response is meaningful. Calm is not the absence of concern, it is the presence of inner alignment. You are being reminded that guidance does not withdraw when you rest, and support does not disappear when you take your time. What truly belongs to your path meets you without pressure. Stay with this calm awareness. The final unfolding will build upon this foundation, bringing everything into a quiet, integrated clarity. As this message reaches its final unfolding, allow yourself to remain exactly as you are, without trying to interpret, fix, or rush anything. What has been speaking to you through these words is not urgency, not pressure, and not fear, but remembrance. Remembrance of the calm strength that has always lived within you, even during seasons when you felt uncertain, exhausted, or quietly overwhelmed. You are not being asked to prove belief or make promises. You are being invited to rest in awareness. Sometimes the soul needs reassurance more than instruction. You have spent enough time questioning yourself, wondering if you are doing enough, if you are falling behind, or if you are missing something important. This moment is not about doing more. It is about realizing that you have already carried more than most people ever see. That realization is meant to soften you, not burden you. As everything settles, you may notice a gentle sense of grounding, as if something inside you has finally been allowed to exhale. That exhale matters. It means you are no longer holding your breath emotionally. When the heart relaxes, clarity does not need to force its way in. It arrives naturally, quietly, in ways that feel sustainable rather than overwhelming. You are not losing connection when you pause. You are strengthening it. True spiritual presence does not vanish when attention drifts or when life becomes busy. What is meant for you stays connected to you without needing constant vigilance. This understanding changes how you move forward. It replaces tension with trust and urgency with steadiness. You may soon notice that decisions feel lighter, that emotional weight no longer presses as heavily, and that your inner voice sounds clearer without being louder. That is integration happening. Integration means everything you have absorbed is becoming part of how you think, feel, and respond. Nothing here is temporary. What resonates stays. Let this final part remind you that guidance does not compete for your attention. It meets you where you are, waits patiently, and speaks when you are ready to listen. You have listened. You have stayed. That alone is enough for this moment. Carry this calm forward with you. You do not need to hold on to every word. What matters has already settled where it needed to. If this message felt like it was speaking directly to you, write "Amen" in the comments and let your heart acknowledge it. Tap like, subscribe for more moments of calm and clarity, and share this with someone who may need the same reassurance you just received.